Do we need all the links for this session? I put the links at the beginning, but I'll be giving you links throughout, and there's links in the Nearpods as well that when you can click on them, they'll bring them up and you can bookmark them. If you don't have, if you can sign in as a guest, or you can create an account really quickly and put in a name, but a guest works as well.
All right, so to officially get started with this session, I'd like to introduce Denise Snow. She's works with the Nevada Learning Academy and has all kinds of other background. I'll let her introduce herself, but this is the K-5 Computer Science Project Ideas and Topics session. We got a big group of, I think, 46 participants here with us right now. So
excellent. I'm so glad you're all here. It's great to see you. So if you get logged in with the Nearpod, that's great. If not, I'll give you a link to a Google Drive folder that has the Google Slides in it as well, so you can see the slides if you're having issues with Google Meet. The slides are in the Google Drive that's shared with you. I'll put it in this is the Google Drive link that we'll be using today. So hopefully you're able to get into that. I know some of you up north use Microsoft. Sorry, I didn't log into my OneDrive today, but eventually I'll move them over to OneDrive and send you all the link as well. Okay, so do we need anybody need another minute to log into Nearpod? Let me know. If not, you should. We have quite a few people here. Looks good. So that's the students' names. And so this is the K-5 Computer Science Projects, Ideas, and Topics. I just love computer science. I was a computer science teacher at a career and technical academy in Las Vegas. Before I was a teacher, I was in the career field as a graphic designer, web designer, and coder for Apple. I helped create the Apple retail stores and the back end of all the Apple retail stores before they opened in 2001. And then I met a man and got married and moved to Las Vegas from Cupertino and started opening up Apple retail stores, and then started working at Apple retail stores and was traveling a lot. And then I wanted to settle down and be with my family. I'm a proud half Muslim American Arabic woman who's just been wanting to share my passions for education and computer science, and fell in love with teaching at UNLV. And then one of the principals at Silverado High School recruited me to be a CTE teacher there. And he encouraged me to get into computer programming and teaching programming there. And they offered the first code.org workshops. And that was 2015, 16, I'm not sure. So I went through the first cohort with code.org, loved everything about it, the diversity, getting students and developed from the foundations of computers, and having the idea that they start young, start them at kindergarten, build those skills, and eventually within the years, the framework of the education system, they'll have those skills and will be able to reach those higher level jobs when they're in high school, and will have those foundations. And K-5 is the idea, and the basics for all those foundational skills are so important. So it's great for the teachers, it's great for the students, it's great for the students, for the schools. And we just need to keep pushing the idea that computer science has to have time in the classroom, because it's teaching problem solving, which is key to every subject in a lifelong learner.
Hey, Denise, just one thing. In the chat, a couple of people are saying the Nearpod link isn't letting them in anymore. Any ideas on that?
Oh, really? It should. I haven't timed it out. Okay. It should have let 100 people in. I have it set to let 100 people.
Okay.
Okay, if not, please, I'll put a link to the actual Google Slides in here, and you can just follow the slides, okay? So give me a second and I'll put the slides link in there. Okay. Okay, so professional development wise, I love professional development. I am now a professional development passion is one of my things. So this session I developed as soon as I got the invite to be a presenter and have the idea. I was like, I want to do something K-5. I recently moved to K-5 a year and a half ago through Nevada Learning Academy, and have learned so much about the process and how much K through 5 teachers do, and pre-K through 5 teachers, and know how challenging this is to be able to teach this concept and collaborate with other teachers, because you might not have the training, the background, the resources, even the time in the classroom to be able to do this, or the time outside of the classroom to come up with the ideas and the lessons. So that's why I put together this little project. And this is just a little bit about me. I'm a project facilitator in Nevada Learning Academy, so I help train the elementary school teachers on all the engaging activities you can do online. It's 100% online K through 12 school. I'm National Board Certified in CTE. I have my master's in education. I'm in many leadership roles in NACTE and the Computer Science Teachers Association Silver State. I'm the webmaster and was a co-founder of that organization. I'm also a facilitator of the National Board's cohort for CCEA, and I teach the family engagement class for the 4 Clark County's PLE department. And then I have lots of certifications because I love to learn. I'm certified in blended online learning. I'm now getting my Canvas certification. I'm a Google Education certified, Apple certified, and I have a couple of Adobe certifications as well. So I have a lot of technology background, and I want to share that with everyone. Sorry, the link isn't valid. I must have maxed out the link, so I will send you the link. So what we're going to just be covering is some introductions of everyone. So if you are not able to introduce yourself in the actual Nearpod, you can do it in the chat, and we'll talk about that because I want to hear from everybody. This is a collaboration session. Then we're going to be sharing resources, some that I have and some that you have. And then you're going to brainstorm together in a breakout room about some ideas you can bring back to the whole group, and possibly go into a create lab for 10 to 15 minutes and create something quick, some ideas to take back to your classroom. And then we'll come back as a whole group and do a small reflection. Okay, here is a link to the Google Drive folder that does have the Google Slides in it. So, oops. I'm James, that's all you need to know? Okay. So you should be able to click on the link if you're in the Nearpod. If not, I will put it in the chat for you as well. I think my slides are in there. Oh, I did not move them, the slides in there. So I will send the slides to you in just a little bit, but this is where we're going to be collaborating and put some lessons together. And then the next slide is going to be, I'll tell you about, we're going to do a quick little introduction using the Nearpod. You're going to put your name and why you've chosen computer science, what school are you at, your title, your experience level, maybe list a goal of yours, what you'd like to learn from the session, one success maybe you've had with computer science in the past, or something you would like to see in your classroom. If you have any resources to share with other elementary people interested in elementary, and then possibly share your contact information so we can create maybe a Facebook group or a Twitter group or something, and keep connected and be able to help each other through this process. Okay. So on this slide, you should be able to introduce yourself, like why you down here, you can share your thoughts. You type in, you can put a picture, you can put a little video, you can put a GIF, you can put an audio file, and you type it in and then hit the send button. So like your name, what school and title, I can put mine in and hit share. If you're not able to get in the Nearpod, put it in the chat for us. And then you can write comments to each other on the screen as well. Roger Gehring, excellent. You're a beginner level. Natalie Bonner, excellent. Is anyone else able to share? There we go. Incorporate more tech into ELA and social studies. That's a great idea. Social studies has a lot to do with, it depends on your standards, of course, but current news, artificial intelligence is in the current news, social media is always in the current news, using any new technology is the news. So there's lots of things for computer science that you can definitely build into the social studies curriculum. You just have to brainstorm those ideas and come up with, how do I teach this problem solving tech skill that matches this standard in social studies? But there's quite a few. Culture is a huge thing that affects everything around us. It affects technology. So those are some great ideas. Does anybody have any success stories they want to share on there? Students use the vocabulary naturally. That is a wonderful, yes. Especially the lower level kids being able to use those vocabularies of computer, hardware, software, mouse, keyboard, artificial intelligence, website, URL, website address, any technology that being able to use that in common conversation is so important. Kids love robots, definitely. Diving right in, they love them. Getting more of them donated, getting grants out there. I know there's lots of grants available for buying robots for your schools. Anybody else willing to share? Some people put it in the chat, so please look at everybody's information in the chat as well. Oh, we got someone from Elko. Excellent. We go to Elko for Skills USA sometimes. I love the college campus there. So beautiful. If anybody's willing to share some of your contact information, please do. 4th grade math and science teacher in Las Vegas. Excellent. It's great that you're able to break off into math and science and have a focus in just one area. Nevada Learning Academy, all the teachers have, even though they're online, they have to teach 9 subjects. They have to teach computer science, they have to teach social studies, they have to teach English, language arts, they have reading, math, social, and health. It's like, how do they fit it all into the 6-hour day? But coming up with ideas in cohorts like that is a great idea. Hi, Jackie, nice to meet you. 3rd grade. Excellent. Okay. If anyone else is willing to share on the slides, please do. I'm sure I can slide down. There's more down here, so. Share some ideas for next year. Yes, gotta get already starting on next year's curriculum. That's so true. Like to get project ideas for your class, interested in finding lessons. Excellent. Samantha, kids love robots. Yeah, teach coding club after school. Coding clubs are so great to have. And if you can get the parents involved in that, even better. Get some volunteers, get the parents involved, and they can bring in their expertise and maybe do a career day out of coding. Those are some great ideas. Code.org since 2016. Woo woo, RJ. Definitely. 5th grade has been able to make their own games using block coding already. In 5th grade, that's so good. Definitely take note from these names of people who've done successes in there, be able to contact them and be able to spend some time in maybe a Google Meet together. Maybe we can create some kind of cohort for this K-5 that we can all work together to create some great curriculum. I know that RPDP's created some great ones already, some great resources, but we can always add to it. So thank you all for sharing. Okay. So my goals is to, since I've moved from high school to elementary, is trying to maintain high and rigorous standards in all the computer science classes. Because I know that you're not getting all the resources because you have to teach so many subjects at the same time and being able to fit that into the day. How do you maintain those high standards? So this is one of the things that I've always thought was important, was to create a network of elementary school teachers and get some kind of network out there where we're all sharing ideas and being able to come up with even more creative ideas and help each other come up with passion projects like they were talking about earlier in the video, and be able to collaborate with that network at least once a month, and just remind yourself that, hey, there's other teachers out there going through this, learning this at the same time, and maybe we can hopefully create that environment. So we had the success stories. When we do meet, if we do create this cohort that I'm hoping to, make note of what success stories that are going on in your classroom, big or small, and make for sure you share those success stories out on Twitter, out on Facebook, out on sharing to Fran, or your social, whoever your administrator of computer science is in your district. Share those with the Department of Education. And let them know about these resources so we can promote it to the state, the legislator, and make for sure we're getting funding, make for sure this is still a priority for education. So tweet those out, get those information, find those leaders in your community, and make for sure to share videos, pictures of things that are going on in your classroom. Some resources for you that I'm going to share is Computer Science Teachers Association. It is a free organization to join. The national organization is called Computer Science Teachers Association, and then there's a statewide association called Computer Science Teachers Association Silver State. So once you join this free one, then you also join the state one, which is also free, and they have webinars, workshops, and all kinds of references and resources for teachers from K through 12. The other thing is I shared the shared drive with you that has some books in it. It has some lessons, some free resources that I've just downloaded from the internet. But if we all start collecting things and putting them together and talk once a month, we can really start creating a great archive of lessons. There's also workshops offered by, of course, RPDP, but also the Clark County has the PLE department, which also allows everyone from the state of Nevada to register. And they do have computer science classes coming up in the summer for K through 5 on the different standards in learning about the different standards. They're one credit classes. I think they take 3 hours, and you go through them, and you can take one class on each of the standards and learn the basics of that. So if you go to that website and check it, probably in April, there'll be a list of computer science K through 5 classes for you to enroll in and learn the basics of each standard, which is awesome. And anybody in the state can enroll in those. Of course, RPDP has all their great ones. Code.org, Skillstruck has some, which is another state approved organization that is now K through 5 approved by the state. And of course, if we can create any PLCs for computer science statewide, that's one of our goals of the chapter of Computer Science Teachers Association for Silver State, is to create a computer science PLC for elementary and get us statewide and get us meeting at least once a month. So here is this Computer Science Teachers Association join link. If you click on the link here, and I'll put it in the chat, it's a free join. I recommend everybody join it, even if you're teaching math, science, or anything. It's still great. It covers the standards. There's great workshops and benefits. There's some free professional development. You click the join CSTA, fill out the information, and then make for sure you go back and join the state organization as well. It's under CSTA Silver State because it's for the whole state. And you'll get emails, webinars. There's all kinds of programs and resources for computer science. The next one is the Professional Learning Education Department for CCSD. They have their clickable e-catalog, but bookmark this website, come back in April, and they will have some computer science classes on each standard. So I'll click on this and put this one in the chat for you. Make for sure you sign up for their classes if you can. If not, well, there's other resources through RPDP. So this is the RPDP's website. Of course, this is where you came to register for this, but make for sure you check out their website often. They have webinars. They also have professional development, endorsements, and things like that. And make for sure you follow them on social media. They are great to tag in your social media. So make for sure you're utilizing that, not only for resources on computer science, but on all the standards for education. And the next one, of course, is code.org. Hopefully all of you are familiar with code.org. It's great free curriculum, the hour of code, things like that. You sign up and use this website with your students. It has video tutorials. They have trainings. RPDP has the trainings of the code.org website, utilizing code.org, and it's just code.org. Once you log in, it gives you a teacher dashboard, and there's tons of resources, videos, hour of code. There's other professional development you can sign up for. There's the incubators. There's all different stats and projects and different things to explore on that website. And then SkillStruck is now approved from the Nevada state, the state of Nevada. It's for K-5. I highly recommend you click on the Get a Demo button and get a demo of SkillStruck. They have 4 different K-5 programs. One includes typing, one is digital literacy, and then they have one for one class for computer science that covers all the standards for K, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you get a demo, you can go through the class. It has little videos and gives them a rocket ship and little interactivities. It's very similar to code.org, but it also incorporates more of the standards and just gives you more of a well-rounded background, as well as just the code.org. And I think there's a session later on for SkillStruck that you can go to, and they talk a lot about the program itself. But you get a demo. I just did the demo myself yesterday, and it's got an amazing curriculum, and it's very reasonable to purchase. It is going to be on the safe list for CCSD. I'm getting it on the safe list as soon as possible. I just have one more form to fill out, and it will be on the safe list. So you'll be able to purchase it or possibly get a grant for it, depending on how many students you have. But it's a great opportunity to do. And then this is the approved curriculum for the state. It's important to make for sure whichever curriculum you are doing, you're making for sure you're following what the state has approved. So you can see whichever grade level you are at, it tells you which programs, applications they recommend. So computer science 5th grade, they're really recommending SkillStruck, kindergarten SkillStruck. So different grade levels, these are the programs and everything that you can incorporate, including, of course, code.org. So check that out if you're looking for more resources, and then you can contact the state as well, or your person in charge of K-5 or computer science in your district. And then Common Sense Media. Hopefully you've used this before. It's a great website. It is free. And if you sign in as a teacher, they send you digital citizen workshops, professional development. There's apps on here, but they have great things that you can share, interactive videos, tips, things you can share with your families. There's family resources that you can send a family engagement toolkit, have your parents practice at home, especially if you recognize a student is a high achiever in computer science. You might want to share things, or they're maybe low with their tech schools. You might want to encourage them to send that. There's some great videos on digital citizenship. They have full lesson plans for digital citizenships. They break them down into grade levels. So there's K2, grade 3 through 5. And they're available free lessons all the way from videos, quizzes, PowerPoints, Google Slides, and everything built for you that you click and download and utilize in your classroom. Common Sense media lessons are fun, and they just came up with these new critters just recently, so and updated their digital citizenship lessons. And then ISTE has a lot of free resources as well. ISTE has resources for digital literacy and computer science, but this is the one that I use the most often, is the digital literacy free resources. They have also, if you go to their website, there's other professional development you can go to. They have a great conference. I think it's in Philadelphia in June this year. If you can get your principal or someone in your district to send you to the ISTE conference, it's probably one of the best conferences I've ever attended for computer science. Memberships are, I think it's $180 to join, but it is well worth it because it gives you also a free website that you can go on and get trained in a lot of different programs, and they're self-paced, like almost like Canvas courses that you can learn about coding and get some CUs or get promoted in your district if you actually join ISTE and then become a member. There's tons and tons of more resources from ISTE. And then another one that I used for when I was creating curriculum for K-5 for computer science was Open Access. They have some lesson plans and videos that you can do and some hands-on activities with lesson plans that you can download for free. And this is this one. You can buy the subscription, but I didn't, and I was still able to download the lesson plans, the PowerPoints and everything. This one has some great ones about critical reading and how to build that into, you read something and then you build something about how you read, robotics, exploration, how to make a cardboard engine, inventions, and there's some great lesson plans in there for them about solving real world problems, doing project-based learning, where you can build in math questions or social studies or reading, and then also build those critical thinking skills, which is computer science, and cover those standards all at the same time. And then make for sure that you connect on Facebook and Twitter with everybody in this group and be able to connect. That's like the best thing about conferences is getting those connections and creating those networks. Make for sure you tweet out today any information you've learned and take pictures and screenshots in your classrooms when you're actually doing this. And make for sure you send those to your principal, your admin, and let them know what's great things that are going on in your classroom. Of course, share your emails and cell phone numbers with each other. And after this meeting, whatever I collect in this Nearpod, I'll send out to everyone as well, if you're willing to. Let's wait for this one. So if you're willing to put any information on your social media or a recommendation about some social media to follow that you really like, or maybe there's a Twitter chat, or if you want to put your email here so we can add you possibly to, and make I'm going to send out some email invites to start a cohort of computer science elementary people interested in elementary. So if you could, or put this information in the chat if you're willing, that would be excellent. I'm excited for that. On Facebook, Technology Teachers Talks. Okay, excellent. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, shared emails, TikTok. Oh, I forget about TikTok. Is anybody big on TikTok here? I watch them. I'm afraid to post. I'm afraid to be that video person in front of the video, but I will. Okay. And this Nearpod will be open, or anything you put in the chat, I'll share it with everyone. Thank you. So it's brainstorm time. I want you to think about some computer science project or idea or lesson that you want to come up with. What is an idea or lesson you would like to come up with? What project is it that you're looking for in your classroom or at your school that really would tie into another subject matter you're teaching? You can look through the Google Drive folder that I had, or any of the websites that I posted, and maybe come up with an idea for that. So I'm going to open some breakout rooms. So there's 10 rooms that you can join. If you hit breakout rooms at the bottom, you can join if there's anybody you want to meet with or join, or we can just talk in the chat. Oh, something with fractions maybe. Okay, fractions. Do you want it to be a hands-on fractions project, or do you want it to be involve the computer itself? Does anybody have any ideas on projects they've done with fractions? PowerPoint on rainforest research and make a PowerPoint. Excellent. Either one. My kids love PowerPoint of, yeah, creating, designing is, again, that's part of the computer science standards, to create, to design, to think of a research project themselves, coming up with the ideas is part of the standards. Yeah, is anybody doing anything for Nevada Reading Week next week? Maybe that has something to do with technology. Is there any reading books out there maybe that you can do? Is there PowerPoints or references? A Sprite Lab? Definitely. A Sprite Lab can do fractions. You can do Sprite Labs for anything. They can create their own Sprite and make it just move across the screen, or you can say, you can have them create a Sprite and go and figure out a math problem with it. Google Earth. I haven't used Google Earth in so long. Google Earth has fairy tales from around the world. That's a great reference. That's in the chat. Nevada Reading Week, I'm doing a jigsaw for students choosing historical figures, and then they do an internet search to compare information gathered online. Awesome. That's amazing. That is awesome. If you have any resources for that, Victor, please share them in the Google Drive folder. Carrie's using Adobe Express with your students to create an infographic or video. Excellent. I love Adobe Express. Google Earth idea is amazing. Code.org has a poetry lab? Oh, I did not know that. For fractions, look into Code for Fun, 4th grade units, 2nd lessons, Code of Fractions slider in Scratch. Okay. Code for Fun lesson plans. Oh, there's a link right there for Code.fun lesson plans. Sweet. I have not checked that out. So make sure to check that out. Character skills for students are important to teach respect. That is so true. And then they can build a lesson. They can use a write something about that character. Why are they feeling that way? What character, what's the feeling behind it? How could they deal with certain situations? Code.org's music lab, that's a good one as well. The music lab is awesome. I know of a lot of teachers that did this for the hour of code back in December. Oh, it was so much fun. The students love it, and it's pretty hands-on. The students can go for it and try it out without having to do much direct instruction. It's a great project for them to problem solve, work in groups, collaborate. Oh yeah, YouTube is an awesome resource. Definitely, YouTube is an awesome resource for yourself. And then if you can learn something for it, and then there's any safe YouTube videos that you're able to share with your students, of course, YouTube's got some great resources. Anybody have anything else to share? PBLs, project-based learning. Definitely, project-based is the key to any employability skills now. How do you work in a how do you work in a group? These students at that young age, how are they able to communicate with each other? Are they communicating effectively? Are they writing things down? Are they using Tinkercad? Are they drawing their ideas out? Are they outlining? Are they then coming up with the first draft and then improving upon it? Again, all of those things are computer science related. So if they're doing a project in social studies and about the earth, whatever, well, their collaboration time is a computer science skill, and being able to discuss, write, and think, and then rethink the problem. ELA integration is essential. So which one did she say? We have been using VEX, the practice program, debugging with kindergarten. That's amazing. Children's literature is working on it. Okay, I'd love to see an example of that. You can take pictures and send those to me. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that happening. If you have any YouTube channels that you follow, please share those as well. I've never used CoSpaces for making a road. I've never used that. I have a couple more minutes to brainstorm and come up with ideas to share with each other. Anybody still have any ideas about fractions, how to build computer science standards and fractions together? Oh, Fourth grade science uses CoSpace. Okay. Excellent. Science is a hard one because science has so many standards already that are so hard to reach, but computer science and science are the same process. It's the science thinking process and the computer science problem process are the same. So being able to cover computer science and science at the same time is a great thing. Anytime they're doing something hands-on, have them do a report and write the steps down. An algorithm is this order of steps you do something in. That's science. You have to do something in a certain amount of steps. That's computer science. An algorithm is following steps and knowing the steps. So anything in science is really computer science as well. Oh, there's the Vex Fraction STEM Lab. Excellent. Geometry with code. Yes. Fractions, create a sprite lab where students can make a pi fraction. That's perfect. And take them apart and understand what is a half, what is a third, using pie charts. Or they can even use Google. They can use Google Slides or PowerPoint and learn about building pie charts and understanding how fractions and pie charts work together. ArtStudioandCode.org is amazing. Definitely. So those are some great ideas. I hope you're making note of them. And then on here is the next slide. You can draw on here if you want to, or put pictures or YouTube things to share with people. I just like the draw. I like the draw slide on Nearpod. So if you've never used Nearpod before, you can use these tools down here where you can pick a color and you can highlight or draw, and everybody can draw, a computer or something. And it's a great process to use in your computer science or any Nearpods for any other class, and have them draw out a problem. Give them a problem with fractions or something and say, now draw the pizza pie that has 8 pieces, but 1 is missing. And then what is that fraction? And they can draw it here, or you can have them draw it on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and then upload the picture of it here. And then you can give them ideas or direct feedback. And then this is saved for you. So you have evidence for whoever is observing or grading wise, you have that evidence on there. So you can draw out a fraction and then discuss it. You can say, okay, you can tell a student, okay, on this slide, I want you to draw, what does a quarter look like? What does a 1/4 look like? And you can have them write and then give each other feedback, which is great. Oh yeah, and if you search Nearpod itself for fractions, there's so many that have interactive slides on them. Nearpod itself has so many pre-built free presentations like that. You can search for fractions in Nearpods, and they have draw slides and they have quizzes built in, and you can go and have your students participate in those. That's using technology, it's using a mouse, it's using computer science, and it's using math at the same time. So you're doing those multiple skills at the same time. Anybody want to draw something? Nearpod is free for up to a certain amount of users. I think it's 40, but after 40, you'd have to recreate the Nearpod again and not use it again, and then you have to pay for it. Clark County pays for it for K-5 teachers, or K-7 teachers has Nearpod. If you're in Clark County, it's free. You just go through Clever and click on Nearpod, and you have a free account. And it lets you put as many Nearpods in it as you want. And Nearpod is owned by Renaissance now, which also owns Flocabulary. So if you've ever used the app Flocabulary, there's Flocabulary and Nearpods built together. So there's Nearpods built around every Flocabulary lesson. And then there's also Renaissance also owns Mayan. And Mayan is the library books or reading books. And Nearpod has a bunch of Mayan books now with Nearpods built in, so you can see one page and it'll say illustrate this page of this character who is sad, and you draw it right here on the screen. So those 3 applications work really well together, and again, you're using technology and another core skill at the same time, so you can make that a computer science standard along with a standard that matches one of your other classes.
We can't access the Nearpod. It says we can't You haven't opened it yet.
Oh,
for the
this one?
drawing- For the
Oh,
drawing part.
I didn't? Where do I open it at? Oh. It's unlocked. Huh,
It says wait for teacher.
really? Well, my internet's really slow here, so it probably popped up and I just didn't see it. Sorry about that. I thought I enabled it. Turn it on. Oops, no, that's student paste. I'm sorry about that. I don't.
It's open now.
Oh, is it? Okay, good. Okay, so you can change the color, you can draw something, you can add a picture. You can browse your own files, take a picture and put in a picture if you want, or you can use the pencil, marker, or eraser. So it's pretty fun. And then we're running out of time. Sorry, I thought I had plenty of time. So definitely take notes of any of the things in the Google Drive folder that I gave you. You can make copies of anything, put things in there, take notes of anything in the chat. You might want to copy and paste the whole chat, but I will also send you the chat information when I have all the people in here. If you agree to share things, put them in the shared drive that I provided with you, and I will send you information and other information to keep up to date on. I'm going to help develop some more curriculum over the summer, and I'll send you some lesson plans and things for each standard that we're helping to develop, and share anything we get from RPDP, anything we get that's free from code.org. Have no fear, there are no small questions. Email me, email anyone else you meet at this conference. Get to know people. That's the best part about computer science, is that the people you get to meet are all here for the same reason and want to learn and help each other. And free to discuss in chat or on the Nearpod anytime about some resources. You can come back to this Nearpod as well. I'm going to leave it open. If you have time we don't really have time, we only have 10 minutes left. But the create time, if you create anything in Google Slides, in Microsoft Word, you can upload it, even Microsoft Word documents or PowerPoints, you can put in a Google Slides or Google Drive folder, and they open right in Google Docs or Google Slides. Jamboards are amazing. If you create Jamboards, with backgrounds or anything on them with computer science terms or whatever, you can share them with the group members in the shared drive. And then we only really have about 10 minutes left. So let's show and tell any ideas that you can put on here as well. If you had something that you listened to, you saw in the chat, you have more questions about, or if you want to ask someone specific, say, hey, James, what did you do here? I will send you the Nearpod. It's actually a Google Slides, and afterwards I'll download it and send it to everybody. I'll email it to you. Yes. So if you have any ideas that are anything that you want to share with the whole group that wasn't in the chat, or if you have a question about something that was in the chat or something that really stood out, this is a little time for show and tell. Or if you have some project you've worked on and you have an example to show about the VEX project or your reading week, or if you have anything you'd like to show to someone, please do. Is this open? Did I open? Is anybody have anything to share? I know it's a Saturday morning, right? It's like I'm not at my school computer. Things aren't not necessarily working. You don't have everything with you. So if you don't have anything, and we didn't really have time for the open lab, I'm so sorry about that. I talk too much. We're teachers, we talk, right? All right. I do want to have some reflection questions. I think it's really important for your students to model reflection questions at the end of their learning so that you yourself can become a better teacher and they themselves can understand their learning process. Reflection is part of the national boards process as well.
Seems like she froze. Can thumbs up if I'm right that you can't hear her? Okay. We'll see if she rejoins, so. Give her just a moment. I'm sure she'll be back.
Hey, Jason, while we're waiting, are you going to put a link for an evaluation or is it just the one that's on the Canvas page?
It's the one on the Canvas page, but I'll put it in the chat also.
All right, thank
In
you.
fact, I'll pop that in now. So while we're waiting for her, y'all can do that if you want. She may be having to reboot or something. We'll hang out here for a couple more minutes, and if we hit 9:15 and or 10:15 and she's still not back, well, you can head on to your next session. Just give her a chance so she can close if she gets back.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, there
Okay.
you are. Good, good.
So
I told
sorry.
everybody we got to wait for her to come back. So
Oh, sorry, I got booted in the internet.
I just gave them the link to the evaluation, so they've been.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
We use the time wisely, so you're good.
Okay. So if you just want to put in the chat, then if there's anything you want to utilize immediately, anything some reflection from the process of what you can share with other schools, whether you're willing to share other things, whether you want to join a possible cohort of elementary computer science, PLC, anything in there, please put that in the chat. I really appreciate everyone being patient. I was going to go through a couple of things that are in the Google Drive folder as well. So I wanted to make for sure you take a look, have time to look through what's in the Google Drive folder. So if you go to the computer science, am I getting booted again? Oh, okay. Or not. There we go. Oh, all the folders are gone. Did someone take the folders? I'll put them back in there. This looks like someone removed the folders that were in there, but I'll put them back in there. But there's lots of resources and things. Make for sure you don't delete things out of there. Make a copy, don't delete them, but I'll put them back in before the end of the day today. There's some books in there. There's some handouts, some worksheets, and then all the links and the slides that I'm working on, and I'll make for sure they all go back in that folder. So sorry, technical difficulties. But thank you all for being here today. I appreciate everyone's And I really want to really get to know everybody and be able to have those shared resources and be able to create things together.
All right, thanks, Denise. Thanks everyone for attending. You should have seen the link now for the evaluation in the chat. Make sure you do that. And then go ahead and you can leave this one. Maybe give about 5 minutes or so. So maybe around 10:20, go to the link to join the next one. And then you should be able to get in there to whatever session you want to go to for session 2. So thank you.